Today we will be working on taking out the instrument cluster. I'm doing this because I've got an air conditioning problem and have to get up under the dash. It's noteworthy that I included taking the seat out, and this is a Silver Cloud 2 that you will see on the inside. The panel that's actually on the desk here is out of a Cloud 3 that we're all working on, but anyway, we took the seat out and I put a little section in there. The Silver Cloud 2 seat has 4 bolts on the outside. The Silver Cloud 3, the seats move independently, and they actually have a center couple of bolts that hold the seats in. So there's some extra bolts there that aren't included in this video if you're working on a Cloud 3.
Alright, for taking the front seat out, there's 4 Allen wrench bolts. I already got this one out in the back. Goes through the runner. There's a maroon spacer on this one, and then there's another metal square down here. There's one in each corner of the car. You're going to want to start in the back. So get these 2 out and then the 2 in the front, and then you can pull the seat out. Alright, so we took apart the dashboard a little bit here to get some access in the back. First step was taking off the stereo from the bottom here. There were 4 bolts on the bottom, bolted up underneath here. Next step was take this panel off the instrument cluster. There's 2 screws up top, 2 on bottom, and then that pops off. Next was this plate right here, goes over the air conditioning panel. There's 4 screws across the top, 4 on the bottom, same thing. It'll just pop right off once you get those out. Alright, here on the instrument panel, on the ignition right here, you got the 2 3-watt light bulbs in here, connected right here. And this whole canister just pops right out. And this gray top will pop right off. Got your bulb right there. We're going to be replacing that later with some LEDs, so it's a little brighter. Same thing, other side just pops off. Now to get the entire instrument panel off of here, there's 4 screws, 2 on either side, 2 over there. Pull those out. You can get the whole panel out of there. It'll pull out.
To get to the bulbs and the actual speedometer and your instrument cluster here, you have to take the screws out here, and then the unit will pull out so you can get to the back lights. The speedometer is the same way, the cigarette lighter, and the clock. To clean the glass in the instruments, you simply remove the outer ring. The outer ring has these slots on it, and these slots fit into the slots up here, and the glass sets on the inside. The glass is hard to get out of the particular one with the gauges, and so I had to take a couple of the gauges out, and it is keyed up at the top. You can see I have sanded this a little bit. This is going to get some dull black paint before we put them back together. This one is not keyed, but it is easier to get out. I don't know if it is the aluminum housing or paint on paint surfaces, but quite easy to get that one out. The bulbs, there's always a question on the bulb. The 3-watt bulbs here fit into the holders that go here. The 1-watt bulbs, they fit back in the back here, and you can see there's multiple of them. Now, some of them are for the indicator lights right and left, but the rest of them are basically illumination. This is a test to see how the LEDs look. This is the LED lights. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll try both of them and see if there's a difference. Okay, now this is a shot with the old incandescent bulbs in it. I hope you can see the difference. I'll show you the kind of bulbs I bought and the kind of bulbs that I'm taking out. Okay, here we go. These were the incandescent bulbs. I got them from Albers. You can see they are UD5500s. They were the dim lights. The LED lights here, I'm going to try to get a picture of the part number, but it's 57567W E10 screw base. They come in packs. I don't know, I bought them in packs of 5. They basically look like that. Some of them have a bayonet base. For example, the one that you get out of the cigarette lighter, and it mounts here. If you can see in here, it mounts right here on the cigarette lighter. It pops off, then the bulb holder here pops out with the bulb, and that is the bulb holder. There is a little protective device around there that you put around the bulb, but I got the 1893s from Albers, and I'll put that in there. I cannot put an LED light in the cigarette lighter, even though I never use it. I don't think anybody does. It just won't fit. So the other thing too is I bought some crew bulbs that are turn signals and such, and I'm going to try some LED lights in them, but I don't know if they're heavy enough to trigger the relays. So we'll give them a try and see if they work. You can also get the bayonet lights that you use for the light when you open the doors at the top of the headliner. I'm showing you a picture here. I think it's a pretty good picture anyway, of the back of the panel. Everybody's usually curious. Got everything put together except the switch box. And on the switch box, there's a bad wire here. And you can see the wire is actually in pretty good shape. But right here, it's frayed, and I'm going to put a new bullet end on that, and we'll get a little bit of video with that. Okay, here we go. I think you can see in there my clock is ticking away. I'm doing a little test on it. There is a little screw adjustment on the back of the clocks where you can adjust the speed, fast, and slow. So while I've got it out, I've got electricity hooked up to it here. I'm just using a battery charger. And I'm just testing that, and I may tweak it a little bit before I put it back in the car because it's sure a lot easier to do it out of the car.